Top of the morning or top of the evening or top of the afternoon, wherever you're watching this. Dan Kingsley with the Realty Edge team, just giving you the real market report for last month, February. So it's the first time in about 5 years that our average list to sale ratio, the amount of what the property's listed for and what it sells for, is less than 100,000. Last couple of years has been over 100. A lot of times up to 103 is the average, but we're actually at 99. But for buyers, it sounds good, but the reality is the median is still at 100%. So most of the sales are still happening. The seller's getting 100% of that list price. There's just some outliers that are enough to kind of bend the curve enough so it drops to that 99% when we round. So market's still strong for a seller. Buyers, inventory is really low. Most of our stuff that's been selling the last couple of months here at the beginning of the year has been, in that 200 to 300, and most of the inventory is from the 3 to 4, and kind of right where supply and demand are meeting at about that 330. So 330,000 is kind of where it's all evening out. So we got low inventory at the sub 330. And once you start to get to that 400, it really starts to go up. Inventory has been building up. It's really, if you want to get into an actual buyer's market, it probably starts to change at about $800,000. That's where people are starting to actually get a little bit price reduction on it, but it's still pretty expensive. And a lot of that is new construction that's out there, and it starts to kind of deviate of like list price versus maybe it drops down because it's in a higher price point. There's some other things that go into that too, but yeah, really right now we're still low on inventory where we need to be for the demand of buyers. But when you start to get that 350, 400, it's starting to catch up for us. So that's a really good thing. Otherwise, like numbers, they go 602 contracts have closed, last 6 months. The median sale price is 339,950, so 340. Most of it's between 200 and 400,000. That's the most that have been selling. 152 listings have not sold. They have carried over. So we're seeing a little bit of that. Most of it is 350 and below that are carrying over, and it's just houses that maybe are not ready for the market yet. When buyers come and take a look at them, there's just too much work to be done and they're not willing to take it on. If we know the majority of the buyers that come in at that first time home price, 2 to 350, they don't want to walk into a big project. So a lot of that stuff is kind of the ones that are staying on the market a little bit longer. If it's top notch, ready to go, they're flying off the market still with multiple offers above list price. We'll show some charts that'll pop up on here, but really we start to get, there's a lot more in our market that has been pushed up really since 2019. We have the majority of our stuff is really in this 1.6 million. And the difference there is we haven't had that many new construction houses that are brand spanking new that are being put on as models for other homes similar to it. So that's kind of a new thing since 2019, really in 2021. A lot of that stuff started coming on these higher ones. Most of the time you just go out and get that lot and you build whatever you want to build on it. But a lot of these builders are trying to showcase what they can do. And so they're getting these nice homes on these nice lots with plenty of lots available. If you guys have questions about lots, give us a call. We can show you what the available lots are and who can build on them, and go from that aspect. But days on market, 23 days is kind of where we're at. So it's gotten a little bit longer, but we're still sub month, so 23 days on market. What we had seen, when you look at the real details on that, is some longer dates for inspection periods, kind of been pushing some things out. And we've also noticed that a lot of the houses that have come on, especially right around that 500 to 600,000, they're coming on with a longer closing date. And so it depends on when they get the inspection done and if they have anything else that's going on from it flipping over to that type of status on the MLS. A lot of those people are building new construction. A lot of the weather has kind of slowed that down. There's also a lot of people that are coming from out of state here, and they're getting it put together, but making sure that everybody's got enough time to move in. So we're seeing a lot more longer closing dates on some of those prices. But really, I mean, before, we were looking at 25 days. In February, we started to get up to this 30-day mark. And if we look at the inventory we have, again, a lot of it's above this 400,000. the days on market are kind of taking a little bit longer. And then also you've got more inventory. So when we look at it, we're really at 2 months of inventory. So everything sells based on this 25, 30 days on market. It's gonna take about 2 months if no new houses come on for them to turn over. And for the last 3 years, it's been less than a month. Usually it's closer to half a month. So we are starting to see some of that, get some of that inventory. Unfortunately, it's a little bit higher price point. That will catch up because we know that match is coming up and a lot of locals know that they're gonna put their house on the market right at that weekend. And those are gonna more than likely be the first time home buyer houses. And then those people can buy these $400,000, $600,000, $700,000 houses and stuff will start to shift. So there is a lot of new construction out there right now that's available. Most of it's starting above 500 or right at 500. So those they're coming on, they're all getting done right about now in anticipation. So you'll see those out there. If you guys have any questions, we would love to help you out. You can always go to our website. We'll put the link down below directly to our site with the statistics that I'm going through right now. But we do this every month and we'd love to help you out. Hopefully you have a great St. Patty's Day.